Senator Rennick.
And I rise because I believe that we do need better whistleblower protection laws in this country. And in particular, I'm speaking from the experience of having been contacted by many whistleblowers in our own bureaucracy in my time as senator. And these people aren't known to the public. But one night, for example, I was actually approached as I got off the plane on a Sunday night at the Canberra airport by a bureaucrat who'd sat there all afternoon waiting to meet me because he had information that was contrary to what was in the public domain and being reported by the public. And he is one of 3 whistleblowers that have approached me on various issues. And the fact of the matter is that we have a culture of fear in our Australian bureaucracy, and we cannot get the best out of our government if our bureaucrats are afraid to speak out. And I often, criticise the bureaucracy, but I know that there are many good people in the bureaucracy who try to do the right thing, but they know that if they speak out, they will lose their job or their career progression will be halted. And it was interesting because the other day I heard someone mention the word small c corruption, and it made me think about it because you often hear the word corruption thrown around and we tend to think of it as being brown paper bags, exchanging hands. But in many ways it's just the fact that in many times people don't actually speak up when they should. And there's no doubt that if we were going to stop what we're doing every day and try and fight every level of injustice that we saw in the world, we'd never get anything done. But I don't consider that small c corruption. Where I consider the small c corruption is when people have a fiduciary duty to do the right thing, when they're in a position of power and they don't do the right thing through that position. And that is what we see a lot. That is, I've seen this time and time again throughout the bureaucracy, most notably in estimates, where we'll get people, they won't, the bureaucrats won't answer questions properly, or we'll do a production of order of documents here in this chamber, and basically we're told, no, you can't have it. I mean, just today, I was, less than an hour ago, I was in the Economics Committee because I want the Bank of England, the RBA, to release the gold bars from the Bank of England. Why? Because I believe that the RBA should be held accountable for their management of it. But of course the RBA put this big word called confidential on the top of the page, and they're claiming that they've got the right to withhold that information from the Australian people. So, and in particular I do want to raise, in regards to Senator Shoebridge's motion, what they're doing at the moment to Richard Boyle, a former ATO employee who actually blew the whistle on the unjust treatment and unfair treatment of small businesses by the Australian taxpayer. It is absolutely reprehensible that the Australian government is going after this guy. I mean, he is out there, and I'm calling on the Liberal Party to take a stand on that, because we're supposed to believe in protecting small business, and yet we've got people out there that are risking their jobs. And I mean, he's now incurring hundreds of thousands of dollars just in legal costs to defend his position. And we are not going to have a true democracy. I mean, democracy is all about accountability and transparency, and we are not going to have that when we have this culture of fear throughout the government. And it's also in the private sector as well, whereby if you speak up or speak out, your career is curtailed, or and I'm sure in many cases people lose their jobs. And we have to make sure that there are genuine whistleblower protections out there to make sure that people who try and stand up and do the right thing are protected. Thank you.